Hey guys, welcome back. We have some new updates for the upcoming selection pack, the Master Saga and Banlist update. This pack will drop in 3 days. I think it's on the 29th or something, which would not be 3 days, honestly. But yeah, it's around about next week and we can quickly run over. We already knew, so these are the in-game announced cards. As always, we are getting like 5 ultra rares that before the pack releases, we are getting to know that they will be in the pack basically. We were already aware of the fact that we would get a Dragon Master Magia, and there's another very interesting thing, my personal prediction, what else could be in this pack, but more to that in a second here, because obviously this is kind of like a anime pack, right? You can see cards like Winged Kuribo, there is like Ace Spades, even though I'm not quite sure if this is an anime card, honestly. And we are getting another very interesting card, honestly. The spelled card Monster Reborn, which I think was a V-Jump promo card, V-Jump being, I think, a magazine in the OTCG that you can buy and then get this card, if I am aware of that correctly. It has not been reprinted in the TCG yet, so this is a Master Duel exclusive, if you will. Says spell card Monster Reborn, a quick play spell, target one monster in either graveyard, special summon it to your field, but it cannot attack or activate its effects this turn. You keep this monster on your field, like with the original Monster Reborn, basically, but obviously the fact that it's quick play spell and it can work from either graveyard, it's quite nice, which means, for example, and this it actually has some merits to playing this. We could think of cards like Promethean Princess that you could just steal when it activates from the graveyard. You could steal your opponent's, I don't know, Flame Birch Dragon. You could steal your opponent's Snake Eye Ash if you are also playing like a Snake Eye deck. You can also use this against Jubel by stealing important pieces from their graveyard, like the Yama that could revive a Soul of Rage, for example. So definitely a card with some applications here, not the worst one. And then there's also Heavy Storm in here, so that's quite nice. I think in a tournament setting, if you play tournaments, and more to that tomorrow, because I've won another 128 player Challenger Cup and will have the basically report for this tournament up on this channel tomorrow for you guys to see. And yeah, I will show you the replays and also the deck list and tell you how you can also participate in these tournaments if you want to. We have the Heavy Storm, which I think if you're playing in a tournament setting is quite nice, because if you can side deck, then this thing is basically like another Feather Duster. If you really want to get rid of back row cards here, then it's obviously better than is a Lightning Storm for some obvious reasons. But Heavy Storm, getting a Heavy Storm if you open this pack is quite nice, I would say. All in all, this looks like a pack that you want to use in order to craft single cards like the Dragon Master Magia, which is a 500 euro card in the TCG, because this is just recently released in the TCG. And it has released as a only quarter century secret rare, which, if you're not aware, this is the special rarity that every card from an ultra rare, I think, or higher, or can it even be a super rare? I think it can be an ultra rare or higher. Every ultra rare or higher card in the last 2 years in any pack that has been released could basically come in quarter century secret rare, which is a special rarity for the 25th anniversary of the game. I guess this will only be available throughout this year, and then afterwards we won't get any more quarter century secret rares, at least for now. And this has only released as such a card. Obviously good support for Blue Eyes, which we'll talk about in a second here, which is my personal prediction, spoiler alert. But yeah, we won't have to pay 500 euros to get this card, but only 30 ultra rare points. So if you want to play it in your Blue Eyes deck, you would go ahead and just craft this, maybe get a Heavy Storm, maybe get one of these spell card Monster Reborn cards, and then yeah, the other cards that we see right here are very useless, I could say. Or you could say also this is, I think, a reprint card, or do we have this already in the game? Because Winged Kuribo, I would say this is a, yeah, we don't have it already in the game. It's a bit strange that they are showing us a super rare here. Normally they're only showing us ultra rares here. And then also Heavy Storm will be limited to 1 on release. Okay, I was under the impression this was already in play, basically, Heavy Storm at 1. Okay, this will be on release. Interesting. So definitely a card that you could grab and add to your collection. Obviously, if you do not have the Duster yet, then go for the Feather Duster. It's in most situations a better card. There are some merits to destroying your own cards, like for example in Unchained, obviously, but normally the Duster is better. Additionally, the following cards will be moved to Unlimited on the same day. Snatch Steal, this is something the TCG also did, putting Snatch Steal to 1. This is obviously quite nice, but I think we already have Change of Heart at 1. Yeah, two. Okay, two. I mean, Snatch Steal is better because you can keep it, so you can, for example, steal your opponent's Appaloosa. Actually, Snatch Steal, if we continue to play in this Snake Eyes and Yubel Fiendsmith heavy meta that will come in the future, Snatch Steal is not a bad card. It might be a good strategy in the future to not play hand traps, but to play these board breakers. And for example, you can use Snatch Steal or Change of Heart to steal your opponent's Appaloosa, which is obviously nice because stealing your opponent's Appaloosa means that you basically rob him of, let's say the Appaloosa has 2 tokens, 2 negates, but then again you can also negate 2 other interruptions that your opponent has, monster interruptions that is, because you have your Appaloosa now with 2 negates, right? So Snatch Steal, definitely a nice board breaker for the future. So yeah, this might also be in the pack. Then again, if it would be in the pack, I would guess it would have been announced here, but I don't know, it could be in the pack. Definitely not the strangest thing. This will not break the game, so you can definitely put back this card. This is a card that you can tag in sometimes if the meta is very, for example, Snake Eye going into something like an Appaloosa heavy, just like I talked about here. So definitely a good card, but nothing that you need to craft in order to be successful in the game. If you get it from any pack, like for example this one, then just keep it because it's a nice card. So what else could be in the pack? This is obviously an anime pack, and we have just recently seen, don't know if you're aware of this, that we will get new Blue Eyes support in the form of the cards Maiden of White, Prayers with Eyes of Blue, Saga of the Blue Eyes Dragon, and Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon. And these are cards that have not yet been released in the OCG, but this sometimes happens, right? There were times when, I think there were times when we were getting cards that has, now that I think about it, I think every time that we have gotten an OCG card, it was not yet released in the TCG, but I think, and you correct me in the comments if I'm wrong here, I think that we have never gotten a card before the OCG had the card, but correct me if I'm wrong here. So I think these aren't even be upcoming Blue Eye structure deck, so it's not even out in the OCG, but we could maybe, because this is an anime pack, which also Dragon Master Magia is in, that you can summon in your Blue Eyes deck, by the way, we could see these new Blue Eye support cards. I don't think it's very likely, but it would be, in my opinion, a good move from Konami, because a lot of people do like Blue Eyes as an archetype. They could also go and check how strong these cards are, and then they could decide whether they may want to print more support cards for Blue Eyes, so they could use Master Duel as like a checking environment in which to see how strong the new Blue Eyes cards in combination with Dragon Master Magia are. There will be more new cards announced here, because this is a structure deck and we won't only get 4 new cards, but these are already quite nice. So for example, your Maiden of White has the ability, you can use every effect of her. We can send this from our hand of field to the graveyard and place 1 True Light, which is obviously this Blue Eyes trap card that is very nice. Problem with True Light was always that you have to set it and then activate it on your opponent's turn, but now you can just set it on your turn and it's live again. And you can also, if you special summon Blue Eyes by Dragon, which is obviously something that happens a lot, while this card is in the graveyard, you have sent her to the graveyard, so that's nice. You can special summon this card, and when a card or effect is activated that targets this card on the field, or when this card is targeted for an effect, quick effect, you can special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon or 1 level 1 tuner. This last effect is not that useful, honestly, because why would you target her with a card, for example, Infinite Impermanence, when all her effects are graveyard effects basically, or hand effects. We have players with Eyes of Blue. We can use both effects, discard 1 card, add 1 level light tuner, and 1 spell trap that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand. Very nice. You pay 2 cards basically to get 2 specific cards, which could be this one and another spell trap. And then we can also banish this card from our graveyard, target 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon we control, and equip 1 Blue Eyes monster from our extra deck, which gives us the ability to summon 1 of our Blue Eyes boss monsters. We have Saga of the Blue Eyes Dragon special summon, and this was so funny. I had a discussion, and you can let me know. Let me know in the comments, guys. For real, I had a discussion with my friend because we were understanding this card very differently. So it says special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from your deck, graveyard, or banishment in defense position, but you can only special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon with this effect if you do not control it. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn. So guys, here's the thing. Fafa apparently said that this card text basically means that in order for you, what did my friend say? So here's how I understand it. You can let me know in the comments what you think. I can special summon any Blue Eyes monster from my deck, a graveyard, or banishment in defense position, but I can only summon, and there are this specific clause, I can only summon Blue Eyes White Dragon, which would be this one here, Blue Eyes White Dragon, right? Oh, sorry. No, I can only summon this guy, Blue Eyes White Dragon, yeah? With this effect, if I do not control it, the blue Ice White Dragon, right? So it says basically I can only summon blue Ice White Dragon, the normal monster, if I do not already control a blue Ice White Dragon, right? This is what I am reading here. And my friend was like, no, you have to, how was he? He was like, okay, he was like, you have to have a blue Ice White Dragon in order to basically resolve this first effect. Yeah, I need a blue Ice White Dragon on the field to special summon a blue ice monster. So this is not what the text is saying in my opinion, but let me know. This was a big discussion with my friend. Then we can also banish this card from our grave and a fusion summon, which obviously is nice. And then we have the new boss monster, if you want to call it that, which can be made, at least my friend told me, I'm not the biggest blue ice expert, can be made with this guy here. And it says your opponent cannot banish cards from your graveyard. That's nice, I guess. When a card or effect is activated on the field, quick effect, you can negate the activation. And if you do, this card gains 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. And then if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one light dragon from your graveyard, except this one here. So this is an interesting thing here. Konami tends to change the game in the direction of negating cards on the field. This is something that came up also with the Fiendsmith engine here, where their boss monster, if you want to call it, the Des Irae, can also negate on the field. So it might be a new direction in which Konami is going. But this is my personal prediction. We might see these cards in the upcoming pack. I think this would be very clever from Konami. Firstly, to test how good Blue Eyes will be in a meta environment, and then secondly, because people love the deck, and this would definitely push this anime pack up by a few points, where a lot of people would then go ahead and buy it, I guess. So my personal prediction, let me know in the comments what you think. If you like my videos, please consider subscribing, hitting a thumbs up and the notification bell, and we will see each other in the next one.